What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jones at 4K, bringing you guys another Forza Horizon 5 drift build and tune video. Today we got the 2015 Ford Falcon GT F 351. We're going to get into the build of the car, followed by the tune, and then we're going to take it out to the mountain to see if we can 3-star the zone and also put down 1,000,000 points. Alright, so without wasting any time, diving right into the build of the car. For the motor swap, we went with the 8.4 V10 Viper motor. We left the rear wheel drive, and we also put twin turbos on it. We have a race clutch, we have the race transmission, we have a race driveline, and we have the drift differential. For the brakes, we have race brakes. We have the drift springs and dampers. We have a race front and a race rear roll bar. For the road cage, we have a race road cage. And then for the weight reduction, we have a race weight reduction. For aero and appearance, I didn't change anything or add anything. For the wheels, for the tire compound, we have the semi-slicks. You guys know you can also use the Hot Wheels semi-slicks or the Horizon semi-slicks, but we went with the regular semi-slicks today. For the front tire width, we have a 265, and then on the rear, we have a 315. For the rim choice, I went with the, I think they're multi-piece. Yeah, the multi-piece American Racing VF 310s. They look really good on this car. For the front track width, we have it maxed out as wide as we can go. And then for the rear, we left it stock. For the engine components, so with this car, I wanted to try to get this car as close to 1,000 horsepower as possible. So that's what I went for. So for the intake, we have a race intake. We have a stock fuel system. We have a race ignition. We have stock valves, race cams, race exhaust, stock engine block, stock pistons. We have the race twin turbos with the anti-lag system. We have a race flywheel. We have stock oil and coolant, and we have no intercooler, giving this car 1,000 horsepower, 884 foot-pounds of torque. The car weighs 3353 with a 53% weight distribution. Then jumping over into the tuning of the car, for the tire pressure, we have 25.5 and 22.5. For the gear ratio, we have a 365 final drive, a 246 first gear, a 180 second, a 150 third, a 125 fourth, a 109 fifth, and then a 096 sixth gear. For the alignment settings, we're running -5 degrees camber in the front with -0.5 degrees camber in the rear. For our toe, we're running 0.2 degrees toe out in the front, and then -0.2 degrees toe in the rear. For our front caster angle, I have it set at 7 degrees. I've also used it at 6.5, so you guys could choose between 6.5 and 7. It just makes the car feels slightly different. I mean, this car doesn't transition fast, so you know the counter steer really doesn't get away from you. For the roll bars, we have 38.9 in the front and then 27.3 in the rear. For the springs, we have 1344-pound spring in the front with a 448-pound spring in the rear. With the ride height, we have it slammed all the way front and rear at 4.1 in the front and then 4.7 inches in the rear. For our dampening setup, we have 11.0 front rebound stiffness and then 9.9 rear rebound stiffness. And then for our bump stiffness, we have it set at 2.7 in the front and then 2.4 for the rear. For our aero, we don't have anything adjustable. For our brake balance, we have 80% brake balance. And then for our pressure, we have 65% brake pressure. And then lastly, for our differential, we have 100% acceleration and then 100% deceleration. Giving this car a lock diff. That was the build. This is the tune. Let's take it out to the mountain to see if we can 3-star the zone while also putting up 1,000,000 points. All right, guys, we done made it to the top of the mountain. Let's not waste no time. Let's send this car downhill. So I got this build request by a subscriber of the channel, and what's funny is I have 2 of these cars built, but I never thought to use the Viper motor, which I've been trying to experiment more with the Viper motor with certain cars, because I really feel like that motor in certain cars would be phenomenal. So it's actually kind of great that it came on time with this request. Then I wanted to wait out the day cycle because you guys know well, for one, I can't see that well. You know, with the, you know, certain lightings, I can't see that well, but we're just gonna send it, you know, no excuses. You know, you guys know I don't edit anything. If I make a mistake, I make a mistake or whatever. So we're just gonna send it. But this car, so this car, like in its base form, you know, if you just build it and drive it, it's not terrible at all. And that's even if you use the stock 351 motor. It's not terrible at all. It's a really good motor. Makes really good power. This car is just different. Like, because even though like numbers wise, it says that the rear is higher than the front, but when you look at the car itself, the rear definitely sits a lot lower. Like visually, the rear sits a lot lower. But this car is a really good balance. Like, I mean, and then like this right here isn't like overkill. Like I wanted to get it like at as close to like 1,000 as possible. So, you know, I shuffled around some numbers and some components in the engine, and I got it. Like 1,000 with the V10 it's not an overbearing number, like at all. Because the V10 makes the power a little bit differently than, you know, let's say like a V8 or something like that. Like it just makes it differently, so it works. So this car is not like overkill. I mean, even though it's 1,000 horsepower, I mean, it feels controllable. It's not a headache to drive. It's not a headache to drift around. But I like it. I like it a lot. It's a really good choice of a car to come out and drive, to come out and drift. I've had all successful practice runs down here with this car, so I don't have any doubt that I'll be able to do so again. I've actually really been enjoying the 8.4 V10 motor. So like I said, prior to building this car that was requested with this motor choice, I built a few different cars with that 8.4 V10 Viper motor. And I don't know, man, it's not a bad motor at all. Like, it's a really good motor. A really good motor, really good controllable. It's really good and controllable. Like, it makes power, so the power will never be an issue. And then like the way it makes its torque is actually really good as well. $1,046,000. Like, this car is crazy, and I like it because, man, this car like has some serious squat. Like, when you get on throttle, this car has some serious squat, and it just, I don't know, like I said, it's just you get to driving it, and you just don't realize like you just driving, like you just drive. It's just a comfortable drive, very comfortable drive. Yeah, I like this car a lot. Like I said, I was working on two of these cars. Well, before the request came in, I was actually already working on one of these. Yeah, right here. I was working on one on drift tires with the low horsepower. I just wanted to see how it would do. But I like it, man. I hope you guys do enjoy it as well. It is a nice car. I mean, it's a Ford. You guys know I'm a Chevy guy, but it's a Ford, so, you know, man. But it does great, and it is fun. I mean, it looks good, it drives good, it handles very well for the motor package and the wheel tire compound setup that we have on it. But guys, that is gonna be it for me. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment down below if you have any more suggestions, subscribe to the channel. I do believe that we actually hit 1,300 subscribers, so thank you guys. You guys are super dope. The channel is steadily growing, you know, and I appreciate all the help and all of the support you guys have shown me thus far. I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next video.